Look how ugly this label is, guys. Did you know that you can make high-resolution labels similar to these ones, only at home and without spending a lot of money? If you want to learn how to make your own label, just continue here. So guys, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Andre, and the label we're going to print is going to be for this Sega Genesis cartridge here. So the first thing we need to know is this. This is an original Sega Genesis cartridge, and this is a pirated cartridge. If you pay attention, their labels are not the same size. The one on the pirated cartridge is taller and wider than the one on the original cartridge. That's because we're only talking about the Sega Genesis. If we take the Super Nintendo, for example, it will have its own label size, and it even has a back label, similar to the Nintendo 64. The Nintendo 64 also has a label on the front and one on the back. In this video, we're going to use the original Sega Genesis cartridge, but everything we do can be used to print labels for any cartridge. The only thing you'll need to do first is research the exact size of the label you want to print. I'll leave the label sizes of the most commonly used cartridges here in the description. So, with that in mind, the first thing we'll do is search for the image we need to print on Google. I've already searched for mine here, and lo and behold, 640 and 388. It could be bigger, but it's not bad. It'll look good in print. So take the image, save it to your desktop, mine's already here, and now I'm going to open it in Photoshop. It doesn't necessarily have to be Photoshop, it can be any image editor. If you don't have an image editor, I'll explain how to prepare the size, even without an image editor. But if you do have one, it's best to use it. I'm going to put it here in full screen so it's easier to see. I'm going to come here in a new file, and in this box we have to prepare the file size to match the size of the label we want to print. It will probably come in pixels, so we'll change it to centimeters and put the size of our label in centimeters. In this case, mine is 7.5 centimeters wide and 6.8 centimeters high. In the resolution, put 300 dpi, 300 dots per inch, and change the color mode to CMYK. It will probably come in RGB, which is red, green, blue. This color scheme here is color for screens, monitors, cell phones, anything that is displayed on screens, because this is the color scheme that monitors use. As our case is printing, the ideal is to switch to CMYK, which is cyan, which is a type of blue, magenta, a type of red, yellow, and key, which is the key color, which in this case is black. And those are the printer colors. When you buy printer ink, the colors come in a cartridge with blue, red, and yellow, and another with black. So it's important to change the color mode to CMYK, since we're working with printing. Give it an OK, and now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our image, then I'm going to come to File, open it. Then I have to look for that label image, and we're going to throw that image into our file. Ideally, it should be the same size or bigger, because when we need to stretch the image like this, it ends up losing a bit of quality. But since 300 dpi is already a very good resolution, and we didn't have to stretch it so much, there won't be any noticeable drop in quality. So it's okay, there won't be a problem. Here I'm going to have to stretch it a little bit to the side, and then it's perfect in our file. So now we save it. Save it as, I'll put it as a JPEG. We can call it Sonic Label. Save it on the desktop. Maximum quality. That's it. Now, we're going to open this image in Word. We can't open it and print it directly. Look, if we do that, open the image and try to print it directly. Look what will happen. The image is taking up the whole paper. It's not respecting the width and height that we set in Photoshop. There are a few ways to fix this. The simplest way is to open the image in Word and print it directly from Word. Opening Word here, the first thing we do is go to Layout, Margin, and set the narrow margin. Then we'll take our Sonic Label image that we've prepared in Photoshop. It will already be the right size for printing. I told you I was going to explain how to prepare the image without an image editor, without Photoshop. If you don't have an image editor, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to Insert Image, and you're going to get the image straight from the internet. This one here is the image we got straight from the internet, and then it's going to be the wrong size, and we're going to have to change the size of it in Word. So here's what we're going to do. Click on it, go to the last tab, the Format tab, and its size will appear in the top right-hand corner. We'll change this size to the size of our label. The height is 6.8. When we change it, it will automatically change the width as well. But these two dimensions are related in order to maintain the proportion. If the drawing you're getting from the internet isn't in the right proportion, it will be wrong. It was supposed to be 7.5, but it turned out to be 7.41. To fix this, do the following. Click on the image, and here, next to where it says size, there's a little box. Click on it, and this box will open. Then you have to uncheck this option here. Set aspect ratio. Unchecked? In this box, you'll enter the height and width of the label you want to print. 6.8 is already right, which is the height. The width is 7.41, so I'll set it to 7.5. Close the box and it will automatically change the size. These two images here are the correct size, ready to print. The top one we made in Photoshop, the bottom one we made in Word itself. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but you can clearly see it here. The top image is a little darker, while the bottom image seems to have brighter colors. Then you might think, why am I going to print the top image if the colors in the bottom image are better? But the colors in the bottom image aren't going to come out in the printout, okay? They're like this, because this file is in RGB. Remember that we got this file straight off the internet? We changed the top file to CMYK in Photoshop. The CMYK file simulates the colors, as they will come out on the printer. If we try to print the bottom image, it will come out the same as the top colors or worse. When we put in CMYK, we already have an idea of the colors that are going to be printed, not the top one. This is a type of color for monitors, which is why it's more vivid. That's why it's best to use CMYK, because you have a sense of what's going on. If we print it out from below, it may come out very different from what we wanted, and we may end up throwing the paper away for nothing. But if you don't have an image editor, it's the best possible solution. That's why I said it was best to do it with an image editor. So I'm going to delete the bottom image, which we're going to print. You can press Ctrl P, it will open the print box, we'll come here to the property, and we'll use better quality photo paper. Give it an OK and print. The secret to professional printing is this paper here. It's photographic paper, it's already adhesive, you just have to pay attention to this. If your printer is inkjet, you have to buy inkjet paper. And if it's laser, you have to buy laser printer paper. This paper was cheap. You can find it in any stationery store. If you can't find it, I'll leave a link here in the description to where you can buy this paper on Amazon. Once printed, the result will look like this. So our label is ready. We just need to cut it out and stick it on the cartridge. So let's do that now. I removed as much paper as I could with my hand, and then removed the glue with acetone. But you can also use rubbing alcohol. The plastic was a little whitish after I'd done this. Then I applied almond oil, but it can also be olive oil or cooking oil. And then I washed it with detergent and waited for it to dry. I'll put the label here. It's not good to cut with scissors. The ideal is to cut with scissors using a ruler so that the cut is straight. I'm only going to use the scissors to make these rounded edges. So, let's go. I've loosened the paper. Now I'll use the scissors to cut the ends. Now we need to stick the label on the cartridge. And look how the after and ready label turned out. I'll put the before and after here so you can see the difference between how it was before and how it is now. So guys, I thought the printing of the cartridge was excellent. Check it out, brand new Sonic 2 cartridge. The result was great. That's it for today. If you liked this video, if it helped you in any way, and you want to keep watching content like this, subscribe to the channel here, keep following. Thank you very much for watching this far. So long and bye.